Hello, everybody! Welcome to the second batch of the Hype Week live stream. Val-Con is coming. And before we get started, I've got something to read to you about Val-Con. Val-Con is a recurring online Valheim fan convention, bringing the community together worldwide. This year, we will be back in a few months with the second ever Valheim fan convention, run by fans for fans. Val-Con is a celebration of all things Valheim, a weekend of live streaming, building, interviews, entertainment, competitions, and new this year, Hype Week. This year, we're coordinating with dozens of fresh community servers for you to join up with for new playthroughs. Something we are calling Hype Week. Whether you want vanilla Valheim, adventure maps, new mods, or even PvP, there is something for everyone in Hype Week. And so today I am here with a couple of the other Hype Week hosts who are working on worlds that are going to be available during our event for Val-Con 2026. Some of these worlds are already available to play on now. It really depends on each community member. Instead of trying to find people who will make something specifically for Val-Con, what we've done is we've reached out to as many people as possible and looked for people who already run Valheim communities, people who are really passionate about the game. Because when you join Hype Week, we don't want you to just find a server to play on today. We want you to become a part of the Valheim community. I personally know that around 1 in 3 Valheim players struggles to meet people to play with. So I believe that by having Hype Week and by increasing the access to these Valheim communities, we can help Valheim players find more people who love Valheim. Because I'm sure all of you know that there's a big difference between playing Valheim with random people who are just going through it and playing Valheim with other people who are passionate about Valheim. So without further ado, I will stop being the center here, and you can see who our participants are. Why doesn't everyone take a moment to say hello?
Heya!
Hello.
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 Hello, hello.
So today you'll be hearing from Emma the Potato, Mr. Holmes TV, Odo, Sorry, Dev, and Ulrich. They're going to show you a bunch of different experiences in Valheim. And we're going to start with Emma the Potato. So Emma, all right, screen's on you now. It's all you. Tell us about yourself and your project.
So, hey peeps, it's me, Emma here. And I'm gonna do another treasure hunt. Not a lot of people know this about me because in the past year I've grown quite a lot due to Valheim science. But actually, by heart, I've always been a farmer/builder and also just someone that loves creating crazy things in Valheim. I used to make treasure hunts and I built my last one 3 years ago, and this year I'm making one again. I am now in the cuddle corner, but we can have a quick look around and I can show you what the idea is if you like.
Sounds wonderful.
Thank you. Do I get to take you with me? Let's see. Right now, we are in Spring Village. This treasure hunt is named Seasons Time. And right now, we actually are playing with the Seasons mod. So if you see things that are a little bit different, you know what? I'll take you to the plains. Because this is a really beautiful mod that turns Valheim into, well, a world that has 4 seasons. It looks absolutely amazing, but this world will be able to be played vanilla or with the Seasons mod if you like it, of course. But I do want to release this world as a vanilla world that anyone can play. And also something that I should not forget to say, because people that know me know I am a potato, easily forget things. But I want to keep the instances of all of the villages that we are working on as low as I can, so even people on console can join as well. I know how incredibly awesome it is to build in Valheim and how difficult it is to keep the instances low. But I do want to keep a little bit of an eye on that stuff. So hopefully, if you are a little bit scared, like, hey, my computer might be a potato, that you can also join. Right now we are in Spring Village. We are still working on this playthrough. We are still working on all the details. But as you can see, flowers, we've got the meadows. The next village, summer, will be in the plains. We also got one in the swamps, the fall village, and then, of course, winter is gonna be in the mountains. Or, maybe already the deep north, but I'm not gonna count on it. What you can expect on this world is that you will start in a starter village that we can have a look at towards the end, but I'll already show you a little bit of what you can expect secret-wise, because I like hiding things behind flags, like hidden portals that will take you to new locations that have secret boxes hidden under things, ways to show that you have found your way towards a new location with wards, as well as, well, maybe some secret hidden basements that you can fall into with more portals taking you to more locations, like secret gardens. Ooh, well, that's the farmer in me waking up a little bit. But as you can see, there's like lots of little nooks and crannies and hidden corners that you can take a look at. Something that you're gonna see a lot in this playthrough is 1 PP, which is funny to say, but 1 per person. You can take things, and there's also a touch me box, and that is to touch the item that is inside the box. Many jokes can be made around that, but that's just a general sense of what this run is going to be like. And there we go, back again. This is something that I've always loved to do in Valheim. It's something I'm very passionate about. So yeah, that's what is gonna come, and I'll quickly take you towards the starter village to show you what you will be starting in, because something else that I know a lot of Valheim players love to do is build villages. So the starter village is just like that as well, collectively with a whole bunch of people. We have already started building. This is with people from my community right now, of course a graveyard, because, well, that's happen definitely when you're a potato. Now it's going to take a hot second for the items to spawn in. There we go. But as you can see, we have starter village, and what people will be able to do if they want. There's no, you don't need to do anything here. You can do things, which is claim plots, house plots that people can claim. Just like all of these houses, they are all built by people from my community that already joined. Seasoned Potato, everyone claimed a little house spot and made a house on top of it. And we also have communal areas where people can sleep together. If you don't necessarily like building, this is for you, where you can just claim a bed, and then you can also play the treasure hunt that way. So there's a little bit for people that just want to explore, or people that want to build. And then there's also another group of people that I want to highlight, but that's still a secret. And that's going to be for a future update. And there you go, in a very big nutshell, the treasure hunt that I am working on right now.
So do you mind if I summarize what you said and then tell me if I understood it correctly? But basically,
Yes.
you're working on a world that is one of your community's worlds already, right? So they are also involved and playing with you? Is that right?
Yes. At the moment, I am playing with a couple of people from my own community. It's a small group because I have not done a lot of
Small groups are
like
good?
group projects like that, to say it. I can be a little bit chaotic all of the time, most of the time, and I wanted to see how it would go with a small group. Also, an important one that I was about to forget. I will be opening up this world in a month or so once all the villages are done for content creators to already try and join the hunt, so I can have a look-see in their stream how they will attempt certain things. And that's why I want to focus on creators. Now, if you're really interested in wanting to do this treasure hunt beforehand, you can always beat me up. But that's why I want to look for some creators to see if I can have a look how they would attempt certain things, if they can maybe get some help from chat and how that would go. But yeah, there's gonna be a phase where other people can join in as well. And that info is gonna come in the future as well.
That's wonderful. So let's say somebody wants to learn more and maybe they want to get involved before Val-Con. Where would they go? They would go to your Discord or your Twitch or your
Yes.
YouTube? How should they do it?
Yes, indeed. It is on my Discord. By the way, JP, I think you're showing Mr. Holmes' screen.
Oh,
But
that would explain
you
why it seemed confusing after, because at first it lined up, but then you started
Oh, really?
talking about the village. Was I on the wrong screen the whole time, or did I click over at some point?
um,
I don't know.
I think you were on the wrong one the whole time.
Yeah, well, there you go. I'm sorry.
No worries. I have the chat open and I noticed some people in chat from the community. Hi, Mass! Oh, and Tiny is also here. Awesome. Well, I'm going to show you Starter Village again. So you will spawn
Yeah,
on an
good idea.
island right here. Pretty cool. Now we built a very big bridge collectively together. As you can see, it's a big boy. Oh, very interesting. It's all the way to Spawn Island. Now this might look a little bit different when you join
Everything makes
in.
sense now.
Yeah. But there you go. That's like the long bridge. But I'm going to show you the village, which is my favorite part. So the peeps basically started here, and this is like the old deserted village where people can already get a couple of resources. I'm going to show you a nice example of how you will be able to find certain items. Ooh. Oh, what is this here? What could that possibly... Oh, my goodness. So yeah, secrets everywhere. I love to hide them just everywhere. And then we go to the starter village, where people that love to build, as I said before, can claim a house plot like this. And then they can just build whatever they want on it. It needs to be a little bit within the boundaries, as you might expect from the size of the plot. We've got houses from all the peeps that are already joining right now. As you can see, this is Mass's house. He's in chat. He got a really big pike, as you can see. And we've got Anna also has a really big fish. I'm going to show you because she did such a great job getting all those pikes. I have to show it. But there you go. And I got a straling because, well, I like to tame these. And this is the starter village. And as I said before, if you don't want to claim a house spot, if you are more of a fighter / explorer, then you can claim a bed in the communal houses just like this. And like even these communal houses can... Oh, sweet goodness, what is this? A secret tunnel? Oh my goodness. So just to give you an idea, secrets everywhere, boxes to be touched with stuff, because this is a builder world, so you have every recipe is unlocked. I still need to look into a way to maybe turn off resources from all the creatures, so like the only way to get resources would be through the treasure hunt. That would be really cool, but that's like more detailed stuff. So there you
could
go.
do that
Starter
pretty easily
village.
with a script.
It's I can keep on talking about this world, to be honest. People that arrive here, for example, can come here as well. And I just put a whole bunch of Hilder clothing here because it is so low on armor that, in my opinion, the only time where you can wear this armor and it looks fun because you have a village of differently colored people with their clothes. That's not really a sentence, but you probably know what I mean. That it's at the beginning. It's so much fun to wear these clothes from Hilder because there's so much choice, but I don't really see a lot of people wear them because they are so low in armor. So I thought it was fun to have them at the early stages, just nice and accessible, so you can choose clothing you like and you can run around with them, and then you can get better armor afterwards, because once you get better armor, you're not gonna wear those clothes most of the time anymore. But yeah, there you go, some nutshells, some secrets. I know you missed quite some secrets earlier now, but maybe that's good. I was also feeling a little bit like, do I already want to show all of these secrets? So now you have a little bit of enticement. Lots of secrets to be found on this world. Secret carpets, secret banners, secret portals, lots of secrets. So yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, then this treasure hunt will be for you. And there you go. I can keep on talking, so stop me, JP.
No, that was wonderful, and I'm sorry I showed the wrong screen there. I was distracted because multiple screens had the player at the start temple, and I clicked the wrong one. But that made
No
a lot
worries.
more sense. So basically, now I understand. You have a world with the build modifier, like free build, right? So once they get
Yes.
one of the resource, they can use it over and over and over again for building. And so
Yes.
basically, the people will join the world, and then it's sort of like you have a path to follow, and that'll lead you down some clues, and there's some secrets to find, and that's how you, so to speak, progress on your world, by finding these secrets and
Exactly.
building and finding a spot to build. Does that sound right?
Yes, indeed. We do not fight bosses on this world. We just progressively follow the storyline of the treasure hunt, which is like, it's a little bit of a different way to play Valheim. The first 100 hours or a couple of 100 hours I played Valheim, I didn't want to fight Ike there. I just wanted to build tiny little wooden houses across the meadows. And this is basically an extension of that beginning that I had. Don't fight bosses, just keep on exploring, having fun, and no events or on all of that stuff. Nah, we're just gonna build, and if you don't want to build, you can just explore to your heart's belief.
Oh, that's wonderful. I think there's a lot of people who enjoy that part of the game as well, so makes sense to me. Now, before we go on to the
Awesome.
next host, does anyone have any questions for Emma? Either in the chat or from other hosts. Is there anything you're curious about? I'll give you 20 seconds or so.
Let's see.
I'll go back to the Spring Village, so you can see it a little bit over there as well.
Yeah, it's funny. When I showed the wrong stuff, it lined up in the beginning, and then it became clear it was wrong, and I got very confused, and I was overwhelmed by the Discord. Didn't notice.
No
But
worries.
all right. Say again?
No worries.
Is this vanilla server or have you used any mod?
Right now we have the Seasons mod.
Seasons.
Basically because I really wanted to know what it looked like. I had heard so many good things about the mod, but we are gonna remove this mod once we release the server. I want the server to be completely vanilla, so people on console can also play on this world if they want to.
Awesome. All right then.
Good question.
So now we'll move on to Mr. Holmes. How you doing, Mr. Holmes?
Hey, doing good.
You are a Viking sitting in front of a fence, right?
I am. Yeah, that's me.
All right.
I think I was
I got it
exploring
right this time.
when Emma was doing her video, so I think that matched up. But yeah. All right. Well, I could just start. Hi guys, my name is Mr. Holmes TV, and I have been working on a Middle Earth map. Started the world about 2.5 years ago, so it's been quite the project. And when I first started, I didn't think I was gonna do like an entire Middle Earth build. I just first started with like a little Hobbit area, a couple bars, and then it just started slowly progressing into something a lot bigger than I ever thought it would be. But yeah, so I'll just take you guys through the first area. So this world is a linear progression instead of a sandbox world. So you'll start at the beginning and then kind of make your way through each area. And it's a guided progression where you'll mostly follow the path. You don't need to craft anything for transportation. But the world is heavily focused on just exploring and kind of enjoying the experience. So this first area, I just called this area Barrel Town. It's not anything in the films, but it's kind of like my take on Hobbiton. So you're still in the Shire. And yeah, so we got a couple party areas, got a lot of hobbit houses. Um, there's also NPCs in the modded version, so you'll see a few NPCs kind of roaming around. You can interact with them. I think these ones you can have them follow you, and you can also equip them if you like as well. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, let me go to a hobbit house over here. Take you guys through one of them. They're just kind of like a nice, cozy experience in this area. Yeah.
Good job with the
Nice and
Hobbit look. I
cozy.
immediately thought of that.
Yeah, yeah. What's cool is there's also assets in the game that actually aren't even accessible, like this roof here, which is kind of interesting. It's a turf roof, so it is completely vanilla. So this world is completely vanilla compatible, but you can also play it with the modded version, which is suggested. And with the modded version, it also comes with a few events as well. So there's some scripted events, more NPCs, and some enemies that come with that. Yeah, we'll go to this next area here. Just show you guys some of the builds. Yeah, so this is the Green Dragon. I've got one of the songs from the first movie up on the wall there. You can sing along with it. Emma did some singing in our walk there.
That's
She's a really
cool.
good singer.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. And I can just skip ahead here. I'll show you guys another area. So yeah, so this, when you explore each area, you'll come across like signs that will lead you into like the right direction. So I've also got these markers along the trail to help guide the player from one area to the next. I love these little core wood bridges. Yeah, let me skip ahead to the next area I wanted to show you guys. But yeah, feel free to ask me any questions, JP. Let's kind of go through this.
I guess the first thing to keep in mind is what well when players join the world, what do they do to get started on your journey? You need to
So
make sure
when
that's
you-
very clear.
Yeah, so when players join to get started, actually, let me take you guys to the first area. So when you first spawn, it's pretty clear where to go and what to do. So there's a sign that tells you all the information you need to know. So you got this little sign here, tell you about the path. It'll guide you to most locations. Yeah, you don't need portals or craft anything. Don't need to craft transportation. And then you can just continue your journey from there. So I've got signs along the way that help guide the player as well. Just to make it pretty clear. So, but yeah, it's not a sandbox world. It's a linear progression. So you're pretty much exploring the films as you go along. So that was pretty much my basis for the builds. Is I was taking a look at each film, Lord of the Rings 1, 2, and 3, and yeah, making builds from specific scenes. So like obviously here, this one's Bree, and I was taking a look at scenes from the film to help match that as closely as possible. So I wanted to go for that immersion, more of that immersion experience where you kind of feel like you're almost in the movie.
Yeah,
And
that's
there's
cool.
also
You've got some really great builds there. I've
Thank
seen
you,
some
yeah.
of them.
Some Easter eggs along the way. You may have noticed that skeleton at the entrance. That's Harry Goatleaf. He's the poor guy that gets trampled in one of the movies. I think it's the first film by the Nazgul. Yeah.
So it sounds like for people who really love the Lord of the Rings universe, they're gonna love just exploring your world because there will be things that they recognize.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the loop, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
come in
so
pints.
they
Say
come in
again?
pints. Yes. And so the whole map, I want to say, I just finished another area yesterday. So right now there's 28 locations in the world that you can access with areas in each location. So there's a lot to explore. There isn't any specific quest line or anything like that, even though I do have mods in the world and scripted events. But you can in the last area in Barreltown, there is a key that you can find, and you can take that to Mount Doom if you wish. So, players who have watched the films will probably recognize that right away. So this
I
is
think that'll work
Watertop
well because
here.
in this kind of world, the reward is the exploration and the recognition. So you don't Like
Mhm.
it's almost like if you tried to add quests, you might distract from the natural progression of exploring and recognizing structures from the movies and the
Mhm.
lore, right?
Yeah, exactly. Um, and I've had some feedback as well of players. When I first started out, I created some enemies that were invulnerable, and some players wanted to be able to take them out and and kill them essentially. So these guys up here in the films, they aren't killed on screen. But I recently changed this to where they can actually move around. I had some static enemies; they were meant for show, but now they can move around. So you can actually have your own battles with these creatures, which is pretty sweet. And
That's
I
cool.
and I actually slowed them down a little bit. So these guys, you can probably tell they're skeletons that are kind of dressed up to be a ring race, but you can actually fight them now. They have a lot of health, so the idea is that the player won't actually take them out, but you're pretty much supposed to run. So, and this the player will hopefully at this part at least will see the next area, which is this little path up here. So there's some like open areas in the world, but if you explore enough, then you will find the next place to go to, and that's usually marked with a path or with signs as well. And in some areas, you'll discover little plants, stuff like this that I've actually renamed. So these are carrot seeds. So yeah, little Easter eggs like that you'll notice along the way.
I get the impression you know a lot about Lord of the Rings.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, yeah, I've seen the movies a lot. Watched a lot of YouTube videos. Get as much lore as I can, and put that into the world. So some players might recognize this is where in the Hobbit film Gandalf strikes the rock and he breaks the rock open, so the trolls turn to stone. And then for just the last bit here, what I'll show is we'll go into Rivendell. So it's the next area that comes up here, and the path will guide you to that location. You can change the weather a little bit. This is probably one of my favorite areas that I've created. This build, I think I started actually at the very beginning. This was one of my first builds. Was Rivendell. The tough part in the world was finding like the right location. So the map is linear, but it kind of skips around a little bit. You can use portals to get from one location to the next. There's a couple areas where you can sail if you want to. Actually, yeah, it's pretty much needed to get to the next part, but I tried to follow like the path that the Fellowship takes in the films as best I could. So you pretty much start like in the northwest corner and then work your way south. Yeah.
Now I
Add
want to
some
watch Lord of
waterfalls
the Rings.
here, right? But here's a waterfall, totally vanilla compatible. Just spawned in water, and then you can freeze it using a script, which is pretty neat. So it acts like flowing water. Kind of wish we had that in the vanilla game.
Yeah, that's super
But
cool. I didn't know about that.
yeah, yeah. Shout out to was it Raka and Dakar helped me out a lot with their modding help. They're a huge help in getting this world put together.
I feel like most
Yeah,
worlds these days are built upon the backs of Raka and Dakar.
I know, right? Yeah, they helped me out a lot whenever I had a question about adding a script. There is a current bug, as you can see there. She's supposed to be wearing something where, like, that's was the Viking NPC mod. So sometimes that just got updated. So now sometimes players will load in without like wearing anything. So that might occur if you're playing the modded version. But they are meant to have gear on. Here's an example of something that's pickable that you can't actually pick up. So it's meant for show.
How does
So
the
that's the
Dernween
shard.
fragments?
Yeah, so that's the
Right.
shards of Narsil, and yeah, these are the Dernwyn fragments that I just used as the broken sword, which worked out perfectly. So it's crazy how some of the Valheim stuff like totally melts into like the Lord of the Lord of the Rings like design, and they just kind of melt together really well. This is a bug here where the water's up here; it shouldn't be. There's like a little pond down there, so that's something I've noticed that happens sometimes if I skip around the world too quickly. But yeah, here's the Council of Elrond, and we've got Gimli right here. So some of the NPCs in the world you can actually trade with. It's not needed, but yeah, it's kind of like a nice little addition. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to show off for right now. At least I don't
That's
know if you had
wonderful.
any more questions or
Yeah, so I'll
anything.
ask a couple things, and while I'm asking, I'll give
Mhm.
those in the chat and any of the other hosts some time. If there's any question, you're about to get a chance. So each time one of the hosts presents, I'll say my understanding, and then you can correct
Mhm.
me if I'm wrong. But basically,
Yeah.
your world is similar to Emma's in that the players are meant to join and
Mhm.
explore. Whereas in your world, it's fully the exploration and finding Lord of the Rings things and recognizing them. Whereas in Emma's
Mhm.
world, there's like puzzles and a progression of the like pickaxes and going to building. Does that sound
Yeah.
accurate?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Yeah, it's a linear progression. There's enemies along the way. It's not combat focused, although in the recent update I have added more enemies. But it is a linear progression that takes you to each location, and it does loop. So you go all the way, to the end. Mount Doom is where one of the final scenes takes place, and then it will loop back around to one of the beginning towns. So it's pretty much a circular adventure. You can do it multiple times, which is pretty neat. Um,
It's awesome. It sounds
and
perfect for this kind of thing because
yeah,
people will be
yeah.
joining worlds, and this is the kind of thing like they could join your and Emma's world and also do like
Hmm.
another playthrough on another world without it like
Yeah,
conflicting. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
that's really cool.
Exactly. Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to have invulnerable enemies. So it gives that it's replayable as well. But my intention is to add enemies that do respawn. So just it just makes it
Yeah, that's
more
all
interactive
stuff you
for the
can handle
player.
with vanilla friendly scripts.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have
So
a
yeah.
couple people in the chat are asking one question.
Hmm.
How long did it take you to make all of this?
So when I first started out, I didn't realize that this was 2.5 years ago. I didn't realize I was going to be continuing the build to complete like the full Middle-earth adventure. Um, but so that was 2.5 years ago. Full time building, probably the last year and a half, 2 years. So yeah, it's been a lot of work.
Dedication.
Yeah, a lot of detail has been added to each build. I try to make it, as close to the films as possible. Some instances, for example, the we skipped over it, but the barrows are also in the adventure. So the barrow wights are there, and that's in the book, but not seen in the film. So there's a couple of instances like that where I'll take notes from the book and add it into the adventure. But mostly, it does follow all three films.
Well, it looks incredible. Done great work.
Thank you.
Before I move on, do you want to talk a little bit about how it feels building in
Hmm.
a project like this, where you know it's like building towards some greater purpose, so to speak? Like people will actually see the buildings. Because when I've spoken to a lot of builders in Valheim,
Hmm.
I've found that one of the things that they're sad about in normal Valheim is that there's a lot of stuff that gets built, but then like if you're playing in single player, like maybe you could share it on social media and someone sees a photo, but
All right.
it doesn't feel as real, right? So, do you want to articulate on that a little bit, or how do you feel about that?
So I understand your question, right? So you're talking about like just like how does it feel to like build something and then like get your work out there and like have people recognize it, or
It's more
is
like
that what you're
the difference
saying?
between just building something in a single player
Hmm.
world that no one's ever going to see versus building
Yeah.
something that's part of a greater project that you know people are interested in.
Um. Yeah. I mean, well, when I first started out, I didn't know like how big this project was going to be, or what kind of recognition it might receive. But just getting like the when I first started out, like just getting that early recognition on, like I would make posts to like Reddit forums and things like that where people started to recognize what I was doing, and then it got attention that way. So it kind of did give me motivation to keep going because it is a lot of work to build something like this. But for me, like on a personal level, like I get kind of like I get hyper fixated on things where it's like um, once I start building, like I kind of don't want to stop. So it's very rewarding in that sense where it's like once you complete a build, it's just like, oh wow, that it took a lot of time and effort, but it's
You want to keep
also
going.
nice to know that you completed that, you did that exactly, and it's always going to be there too, which is cool. Once you complete a build, it's always going to be there. So and you can always come back to it. So that's what I really like about building, at least in a larger scale. Yeah.
Yes, roof. There was a question in chat. Tiny Norwegian mentioned it, and I actually talked about it with Holmes as well when we did the tour. But he uses the grass roofs if he has the spawn ID.
Oh, what is it? Turf roof. That's the spawn ID. Bam. So
Nice.
yeah.
There you go, Tiny.
Turf roof.
Accurately
Yeah, so you
made.
need
Genius.
I use Infinity Hammer to build that Infinity Hammer was a huge thing in building vanilla, where you could actually add infinite health to pieces. So I've got the hotkeys bound, so where I can set invulnerability on. You can also set them to warn, so pieces will look worn instead of invulnerable. And you can add hotkeys to Infinity Hammer to build like that. So that's this was a huge undertaking, and I couldn't have done it without using Infinity Hammer. So big shout out to who made that mod. That's
Yeah.
very key in
Best
making large
mod ever.
builds. Yeah, it's really good for building. So if you're going to be building, then I would suggest getting Infinity Hammer and Gizmo Tool just for the rotational pieces.
One
So.
question: do we get to fight Sauron?
He shows up. I won't give too much away. He does show up, but
Awesome.
yeah, I'll just say that he does show up.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
All right then. So now we'll move on to Sai Sari. How you doing?
I have one last question for the Homes world. How did
Okay.
you make the Darwin not pickable the Darwin fragments?
Oh, so it's just a simple command using Infinity Hammer, and then I think it's I can't remember the exact command, but you can basically make it unpickable. So I could send that to you in a DM. But yeah, there are short little scripts that you can
okay, I got
add
it.
using the F5 dev command to make items not pickable just by looking at them.
I think
So, yeah.
that's
I see.
vanilla
Pretty
compatible,
simple.
right? Because it's an existing field, I think, and it just changes a 1 to a 0. So it should
Exactly,
be vanilla
yeah.
compatible, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I should
Cool.
say, we did a tour together not too long ago, and I did the vanilla experience, and it was already like absolutely amazing. I don't necessarily know how all the details are different with when it's modded, but even vanilla, it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love how the boat's in the little pond.
Yeah, he's supposed to be floating here, but I think because I
Some of your
fast loaded
water
into the
liquid
area,
spilled out.
yeah, it did. I think it spilled. Like it's for some reason adds like velocity to it or something where it kind of moves. So
Yeah.
so I usually just force delete the water, and then it'll go away. I can respawn it. So, but yeah, that happens sometimes if I move too quickly.
All right then. So now I'll move on to Sai Sari. And so Sai runs it's a Korean server, right? Is that right?
Yes, it's Korean server.
Ah, that's wonderful. I love learning about Valheim being played outside of the English-speaking world. So hats off to you for presenting here. Why don't you tell us about your project?
Okay, hello. I've been running a Valheim server for like 2 years or so for now, and I'm a terrible builder, so I just get blueprints from here and there. And so I think you can be similar with all these buildings because it's from Dakar and I invites RPG map. So this is the starting point, and I wanted to make a linear RPG style with combat focused Valheim playthrough. So this this Reaper is from Geocrafting, and the problem with the Valheim server is the global keys is not player keys. So when other players get further away, all the eggs and stuffs from the merchants get. So
Yeah, they
I
get
made
used
it.
up.
Yeah. So I made all the progress per player with the marketplace quests, so players can get through all the merchants and the quest places if they had complete the quest. And the first quest is first I can show the buildings, few buildings in the meadows. So it's basically it's all from the RPG map from Darkrai 9 bytes. So this is the starting point with merchants, and you can get buff and you can get gamble, and you have some loots you can get from boxes, and these boxes has value data configured with expand world data. So, yeah, this is basically our meadow town. It gets some time to load the world, and I'm in ghost mode, so I have NPCs too with Viking NPC mode, and I make it pre-tamed, so first players can just take them without taming process. They are a bit bugged, but they do chop trees and mine if they have proper equipments. And
So those are the NPCs from Marketplace NPCs. Is that correct?
those moving NPCs are from Viking NPC mode, and there's the
Viking
quest
NPCs, got
NPC
it.
is yes, the quest NPCs is from KG's Marketplace NPCs, and okay, this is from Barimian. I think it was Kudi's reprint. I have some two blueprints from Kudi's at Barimians. I get from Barimians and VW Discord, and mostly from RPG map. Okay, it takes long to. Okay, this is from Kudis also. Some S10 information from Meadows, and I got many bosses, but I can't make all big here for all the bosses, so I made an icon on the map so players can see the icon and get through the boss. So this is the first meadow boss.
Wow, he looks super cool.
Yeah, it is computer monster DB, but he's bugged now, so okay, I think it's bugged, so I need to fix it because his hair is like 10. It should be like 500. Maybe it's because I'm ghost mode. Okay.
He looks cool though.
Yeah, I think I got the texture from VW Discord. I forgot his name, and
So you plopped it on
Yeah,
a
it-
boar and made the boar bigger to make the boss?
yes, it monster DB mode can configure texture and hairs and stuff. And this is the second boss, and this is from RTD Monstrum, and you get through next boss. Then if you clear early boss to make sure, you can take a portal to Black Forest quest site. Okay, it takes quite because it takes time to load. If player gets all the quests at Meadows from here, so they can get through the Black Forest quest site. So, okay, this is Black Forest quest site, so players can get quests from for Black Forest, and we have some smithing different from vanilla, used by Odin Steelworks mode, used through.
Can you show the map real quick? I think I see
Okay.
different biomes. Is that right? I see a blue and yellow and like all sorts of stuff aside from the ashlands.
Yes, I have 7 more biomes from vanilla, different from vanilla. Don't know how long did I took until now. I think I have like 10 minutes or so for now. From now, just real quick, I'll just get to our biomes site, skipping bosses.
It's so cool seeing all the Korean characters in Valheim. I've never seen that before, so it looks very unique to me.
I think not much playing like right now. It's like 7 players right now, including me.
Hey,
Because it's
7's
late.
good. Valheim thrives with small communities. The game itself doesn't really like big. You have to do a lot of work to have a lot of players.
Yeah.
So 7's actually a
Okay,
lot,
this is-
to be honest. I mean, as far as a Valheim server goes, that's solid. Good job.
Yeah, thank you. I put a lot of effort for people to not get away like in 1 minute. Like 2 years ago, they would come in and instantly get out from the server. I don't know why, but yeah.
It's a problem
Okay, this is the
a lot of people have.
yeah. Okay, this is swamp site. Oh, each site has this porters. Is stone porter. So if they get iron, usually they can't get it through porters. But because this is stone porter, they can just get in through with iron and stuff. So people would use this site more because it is teleportable with ores.
That's a good idea, because
so-
then people want to go there, because if they collect iron there, they can leave without a lot of effort. But if they do it in another place, they can't teleport.
Yeah, so people can meet in that place more often because people will prepare that place for transporting ores. So, okay, this is burst blocks from swamp. This is from RTD Monstrum.
Wow. Cool attacks. That's from
Yeah.
Monstrum?
Yes, it's from RTD Monstrum, but the author has deprecated this mod, so it's usable for now, but it may not be in the future.
Very cool. So, well,
Okay, this is-
you have a couple more minutes. I'm just going to direct anybody who has any questions in the chat or any of the hosts. You'll have some
how
time
many-
to ask soon.
Oh, how many minutes I have for presentation?
Yeah, you could have like 3 or 4 minutes. That's fine.
I'll get through biomes first.
You may say you're not much of a builder, but clearly you know what looks good and how to put it together. This place is gorgeous.
Thank you. I wanted to pick the best builders blueprints from all places. So this is I heard that Mr. End was supposed to look like more like a spider forest. So
In the beginning,
This
yeah,
is-
before the modern one. It was a spider forest.
I have this biome called Darkos. So I think it was in Monster Lomicon mode. So it has a web and spider mouths and this hostile mysteries that attacks you in this biome. And there's a boss here, but I don't have much time, so I should move on.
So one of the
Okay, these
biomes
spiders.
is inspired by the OG original Mistlands placeholder biome.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yes, I thought
Nice.
that's what I heard. And I have 2 biomes in the west, and it's undead biome and the mushroom biome. So we have these undead mobs and that chase players, and I put the music from Outlast 2, the horror game Outlast.
Oh, that's awesome.
It takes like a time today for. Okay, I should have get Dempster for this biome. Okay, this biome is I call it Bush Marsh because it's marsh with mushrooms.
Very unique.
And
So you've got a lot of custom biomes then.
but this mod is deprecated too. It's from Horem, but he deprecated his almost. So oh, I wanted to show. The quest type from West is from RPG map or so. It has a unique blueprint that fits the atmosphere of West, I think. Yeah, some may be similar, familiar with this blueprint. It's from RPG map. Okay, someone's playing there, and I have two more biomes. Okay, I can start from here. I have East biome and the North biome configured with Jersey moss and RTD moss. I think I have
I'm always
1
impressed
minute.
by all the biomes people can make. Very cool. Whoa, what is look at that mountain, it's so tall.
This I call this biome Hoffair. It says like Holy Mountain in Nordic, I think. Okay, this okay. This blueprint is from RPG map also. There are and I should and when you play Deep North with earthy realize the trees are not that tall, but I make it tall through expandable data, so it gets to like this. Very tall. I think I enlarged like 10 times.
Yeah, that
There's
looks cool.
Okay, this is the North biome, and we have it's a lot of time for teleporting. Okay, sorry for that. And this is the East biome. So I made it real lava with expandable data. So this is first East biome Geronto, and this biome I call it Lavana.
A lava mountain, that's super cool.
Yeah, I think that's all for my modded server.
Ah, that's
Okay,
very
okay.
cool.
That's
So-
that's all.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've basically got an adventure map, or like an RPG kind of thing, that's set up
Yeah.
in Valheim, and you've used buildings from other projects like the adventure map by 9byte and Dakar to populate the adventure map, and
Yes.
a combination of other mods like Therizes and Monstrum to get different fights and boss fights and monster attacks. Does that sound accurate?
Yes, that's very accurate.
Very cool. I especially like all of the different biomes in your world. That's definitely awesome. And
thank you.
don't worry, because having 7 players on actively is that's a lot. Like the most Valheim servers, just like if you look at average normal servers, they have like maybe 0 to 3 people logging in each day. So having 7 people online right now, it shows that people like what you do. So I just wanted to remind you, like, you're doing good work. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, so now we'll move on. Actually, first, where should people go if they want to learn more about?
For this server, I have mod pack for this server. It's called the PvPB mod pack in the mod pack section in the store.
Okay.
So some other players for other country player here time to time. I think not
Awesome.
very often, but it happens. So if
So
you're
for
interested, you
those-
can.
So for those of you
Yeah.
who are listening, you can actually just join the Discord for Val-Con, and then we have everyone's Discord there. So if you didn't catch how to find any of the participants, you can just go to the link in this video, and that'll get you into the Val-Con Discord server. And in the Val-Con Discord is the Hype Week section. So you can just ask for any information about any of the projects you've seen. Feel free to join the Discord. We'll help you out. We'll help you find the exact project and the exact community that you're looking for. So if anyone is watching that now, keep that in mind. But for now, we'll move on to the next participant. Let's see, actually, who wants to go next? That was I think we're through the established order. So these are all the people who requested to go at a certain time. So anyone want to volunteer?
I'm happy to go. This is Dev.
All right. Dev it is then. Let's see. You are sitting next to a Christmas tree on a bench with a bunch of deer rugs. Is that correct?
Well, except for the part where it's a Yule tree.
A Yule tree. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Sorry.
Whatever.
So welcome, Dev. Why don't you tell us about your experience?
Right. I'm Dev Rossick, and I am an elder gamer who loves video games of all kinds, but Valheim is definitely number one on my list. And we, in various discussions in the Con group, we decided that we wanted to have a vanilla gameplay server for those players who just wanted to come in and try out the base game with no mods of any kind. So that's what this server is going to be. It's going to be a straight vanilla server, no mods of any kind required. It's going to be a standard world with standard difficulty. The only setting that's not straight out of the box will be player-based raids. And this is a place where players can come in and try out Valheim the way that the developers produced it. Not that that's a criticism of any of the modded worlds. Some of those things are amazing, but this is what players can expect to see when they come here. This is a seed that I played on before. It's one that I know well, and it's got lots of great areas to build and resources in accessible places. It also, I was going to brag about the very tall mountain on this map, but now I think I won't say anything about that. And so this is a world for people to just play Valheim. So players can expect to go through the standard progression of biomes and bosses in any order they choose. Standard order is recommended. We'll also try to make this world as friendly as possible for new players. So they can come in and learn the game with hopefully an experienced player or two around to explain things and show them the tricks and the secrets. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to say about the world. I'm currently running a character through it in before the Eikthyr battle level of skill, and just doing one of my favorite things, which is wandering in the woods and hunting deer and boar. I really love this stage of the game where things are pretty calm and pretty simple, and there's not a lot to worry about except the odd grayling coming around and messing with my bees.
So why don't we talk a little bit about, well, I'll ask you some questions about Valheim in general, but it'll help people have some
sure.
context. Because for Hype Week, what we're looking for is to give people a solid sample of everything that's possible in Valheim. Whether it's
Indeed.
vanilla, whether it's mods, whether it's PvP, whether it's something else, all of it together. We want to make it possible for players to go to one place and then have access to basically every imaginable Valheim experience and more. So there is a place for vanilla in this. Why don't we talk a little bit about what vanilla's strengths are from your perspective? Like you just mentioned liking this beginning part of the game where you use the bow and you're hunting deer in the meadows and going back and building. Why don't you elaborate a little bit more about what you think draws people in to the vanilla experience in general?
It's not so much the vanilla experience, I think, as it is the what the game has in it of itself. It's what Valheim is as a game, and in some ways it's not unique, but the developers have really hit a sweet spot with a lot of its features and functions and the way that things are designed. And the thing I think I really like best about Valheim compared to other similar games is the way that it's conceptually simple. It's not easy to play. It can be a very challenging game, but it's simple to grasp what to do, where to go, how to make things work. And that's something that a lot of games struggle with. And I can give you a fairly specific example. In a lot of survival crafting games, there's a tech tree, and it's filled with recipes of items you need to craft or build. And typically, you've got to accumulate maybe experience points or gather some special items that you use like a currency to buy the recipes from the tree. Sometimes you are faced with deciding which item you're going to buy next while not really knowing what the best choice is to make at that point in the game. That can be really frustrating. Valheim has a tech tree, but it works in such a different and subtle way. The story explanation is that when you were alive in Midgard, you knew how to make all sorts of things. But when you died and were transported to the 10th world, you forgot your life and your crafting skills. But that knowledge is still sleeping within your mind, and it's only waiting to be awakened when you've handled the various materials you need to make these items. So you pick up wood and a hammer, and suddenly you remember how to build structures. You pick up iron, and suddenly you remember how to make armor and weapons. This feels really smooth and natural, and you're never required to choose between recipes you can learn. It's all automatic. And for somebody who's maybe never played these types of games, I would suggest that once you've played Valheim, you're kind of spoiled for a lot of the other crafting and survival type games, because all of them are a little bit more clumsy, a little bit more friction in trying to get things done. And it just really comes together really well in this game. And that's one of the things I really love.
I
and then there's
understand what you mean by simplicity.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and there's even just simple things like the UI. In this game, well, let me go show you. In this game, if I go in to my my storage area inside my little cabin here, always close your door. I open a chest and I close a chest, and I'm using the same key to do it. Such a simple little thing like that. And yet, in other games, which I've been playing recently as well, I'm looking at you, Enshrouded. It's a different key to open the chest and to close the chest. Hi.
Oh my god, yes.
Agreed.
You've got your finger on the button. Why do I have to go and press a different key? I don't open a chest with my hand and close it with my foot. It's silly. So,
I had to rebind so many games after playing Valheim.
If you can even rebind them. So, it's some little simple things like that that just make the game disappear from your physical self. You're paying attention to what your character's doing in the world and not what your fingers are doing on the keyboard. And it all flows so naturally and smoothly. You really feel like you're in this game. And it's that little attention to detail that these developers have gotten so right in so many places that it really, really makes me... And it's just stuff like that. I play other games and I go, they're fun, but... And then I come back to Valheim, it's like, taking off your shoes at the end of the day, and you feel so comfortable and like, yes, this is how it should be. Yeah.
Totally agree.
I've definitely noticed what you've talked about with the simplicity, because for me, I don't really play new games, and the main reason is because whenever I start a new game, I'm just bombarded by new controls, new things, flashy images, icons, all of this text. I don't care. Like, I don't mind if the game becomes like that over time, but when it starts, it needs to be as simple as possible so I can get used to the fact that I'm a human playing a game, and like you said, with the controls, like, if you've ever had that experience in a game where, like, you want to do something, but then you have to, like, think about, okay, what do I press? Okay, like, it it's hard to get into, you know? So I never thought
Mhm.
about the controls of Valheim as something that makes it easy to get into, but that's an interesting point.
That's important. I have an interesting perspective on that because I play with my mouse in my left hand, and I remap virtually every key in every game because of that. I have everything on the right side of the keyboard instead of the left. And that can be really challenging. Some games kind of resist that. I usually spend multiple hours when starting a new game getting all the keys right. And I do my best to map them similar to what I have for Valheim so that the transition from game to game isn't so hard. And so, yeah, I'm very, very conscious of how the controls and the key bindings affect gameplay. It's really important, and it's something you don't think about until it just gets in your face. So, oh, look, a pike. What do I got here? Level 1.
That's how Vikings fish.
Right.
It's almost sounding like I want to get my hands on your binding config file.
Well, I mean, I have what I do is I make a little word processing document for every single game, in which I have laid out I was just going to see if I could flash it on the screen, but yeah, we won't do that today. But essentially, it's just like a little grid pattern that shows me what all the keys do. And I have one for every single game. I have a shortcut on my desktop next to the games icon where I can pop that open right away and have that on my second screen and refer to it until I know the game well enough that I don't need to do that. But it's important because I remap everything. It's always a challenge when I play with my friends and they'll say, "What's the key to do this thing in the game?" And I go, don't ask me, because the key I've got it on is not the one
shown in the menus.
Yeah. And sometimes, let's see if there's a good example here. Sometimes, yeah, that's true. Let's look at this. It's there. So you can see that I've got everything on the numeric keypad and stuff like that. And some games will even prompt you with the proper key as a tooltip in the game, and sometimes they show the wrong key because they're showing the default key. So you got to be aware of that. But yeah, so totally remapped. I don't think there's much other than the map controls that are the same as the base settings. Oh, and the mouse. Yeah. Oh.
Hide HUD would be nice.
Well, there is one. That's Control F3. There it goes.
Oh yeah, I know there is one. It doesn't show it in that list.
No, and all the F key commands in Valheim are not remappable. That's a bit of a pain sometimes. I remember people from one of the prior examples were talking about Infinity Hammer and Gizmo. Excellent mods. I've used them a little bit, but key mapping for them is very challenging, especially with my setup. And I have had a lot of problems trying to use them. And I had to work with them for a long time to find keys that didn't conflict or didn't tend to type through when I was doing things like putting text in signs and stuff like that. It was very, very tricky. Well, this is not the discussion I planned to have, key bindings. But it is kind of relevant because it shows that when a game is properly designed and you can redesign those key bindings to fit your personal physical needs, it's that much better of a game. I've had games I literally had to reject as unplayable because I couldn't do something like remap the buttons on the mouse to work, left to right and so forth, which I need to have. And Valheim is not one of those. Valheim works correctly. And I love sailing.
Yeah, I think you're onto something as well about one of the things that makes Valheim special is that it's very flexible to how you want to play it. So even if you don't start modding, vanilla itself still has a lot of flexibility. Like even if you don't use the world modifiers, vanilla itself has a lot of flexibility. You don't have to progress and kill all the bosses, and a lot of people don't actually complete that gameplay loop. They, as Emma mentioned, and as some of the other players have mentioned, people often like just building in that earlier part of the game. Like for most people, the best part of Valheim is the meadows in the Black Forest. That's
Yeah.
the reality statistically. If you look at where people have spent the most time, that's where. So there's a lot more to it than that, but I think you're really onto something there about its customizability. It's definitely
Yeah.
a big
Most-
part of the Valheim experience.
Most modders and admins I know, there's at least one part of the game they have not gone to. They haven't
Yeah.
killed Fader or something like that.
Yeah, I saw the interview with Yair when he basically says, "I don't play this game, I just mod it." I'm like, really? you're doing awful well for not playing the game.
Well, 'cause he's- Go on.
He's
got no time.
remarkable, but yeah, he's. I'm sorry. You were saying about the bosses. To be honest, I find fighting the bosses to be the least interesting part of this game. I do it because I want access to the technology and be able to progress. But
Yeah.
that's not what gets me coming back to play. It's the building, the exploring, the sailing, hunting sea serpents. I love that one. That's the stuff that keeps me coming back. The bosses are just, yeah, you got to do it.
They're definitely a
get
central
that
part of the
artisan
lore
table.
of Valheim, but I
Yeah.
have a feeling that they're going to get much more interactive in the full release.
Yeah, I hope so. I want to see more story behind them. I want to know more about Astrid. She has a very sad story, and
Yes.
I want to know what happened to her.
Hmm.
All right then. So, is there anything anyone wants to ask Dev about the community he'll be running, the vanilla friendly or vanilla community, I guess? And also, I'm about to pick a next victim unless someone volunteers. Oh, I see that
Feel like I'm in
Forteca's been
school.
showing some things, and Odo, you've been talking, so I'm gonna pick one of you unless one of you says you want to go.
Sure.
Okay, Odo it
Pick.
is.
Okay.
Alright, one second,
So
let me-
yeah, a lot of the
before you
things I
start-
wanted to cover have already been covered.
Let me make sure. You're under a torch, or you have
Yep.
a blue torch, and you're near a diverger lantern. This is you?
Yep.
All right,
That's
awesome.
me.
Now you're free. Go on, tell us about your world.
So just off the bat, I'll cover really quick that I have a server that's in the works that's being made and it's ready to launch for Val-Con, and it's going to use the existing game's lore and backstory, but it's kind of like a side quest that's relevant to it. But yeah, it's still in the works. Right now we're on another server, Valheim Capital. She's been going for, I think, almost 4 years now, 5 years. And what I wanted to cover is it has been already covered by the other people, and that's awesome. And really, it's just Valheim vanilla mechanics and how they can be used. So I'll show you this one build. It shouldn't take too long. Also, I don't know if it's been shown much already, but you can use ragdolls for builds. This one looks a little bit silly, but
So you
love
set
doing
the
that.
destruction to infinite, I guess?
yeah, it's the TTL time to live, I believe it is. It's just a component value that you have to change. Also, this is really minor and simple, but I like it. Putting ether inside the lanterns so it looks like they're malfunctioning.
I saw that, I was wondering.
Such a small thing, but like I love it as it creates ambiance, right? So this build is I've called it Odo's Haunted Wizard Workshop or something like that, just for now. But I wanted to see what it would be like to make something magical that from the outside looks kind of, average, but on the inside is much more. And so I've hijacked the location proxy, which I'm sure many of the people on stream right now know are very handy in some cases. So if we go through the door here, we of course believe we're going into this building. But really,
around
this
the
is a
inside.
dungeon. This is similar to the regular dungeons you'll find in Valheim, even with the bright door. In fact,
looks
let me
cool.
see if I can do something real quick. No, let's do this one here. So, you might notice this is the sunken temple entrance.
So,
So I've just
so you
built
know,
around
right
it,
now
basically.
it's dark enough that we can't really see anything.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's fair. There we are.
That's better.
Yeah, so this is the sunken temple entrance that you'll normally find in like a swamp, and I just built around it. And so when you go in the front door, I've also removed all the insides that are normally here and kind of added my own few things. Potato's been helping me test.
That transition is so smooth, like you can't tell.
It takes a lot of using the arrow keys to position things perfectly. I have a feeling a lot of us have come originally from Minecraft, and we already have that OCD, so it's just natural. But in this one, if we go up here, this part isn't fully built out in terms of the lore, but it's a group activity, kind of like a gauntlet or like a typical D&D dungeon where you have to go through rooms and clear out enemies and things. There's a little bit of basic armor and weapons if you need them.
Oh, so you
And
like
it's a
start
very
in a safe room and then it's an actual dungeon like underneath it?
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
and there's
cool.
also there's an upstairs in the actual house that is just slightly bigger than the outside upstairs part, just to kind of give the impression that it's bigger on the inside. My TARDIS fans will know, Doctor Who fans. But yeah, so these rooms will have mob spawners. Some of the rooms have escape hatches in the back. But yeah, so it's not quite finished, but I thought it showcased the location proxy mechanics pretty well and what we can do with them. On this server, I should say, there are 0 server-side mods. Like not even BepNX is on here, but with Jer's awesome tools, Infinity Hammer and the like, you can do so much.
Yeah, it's truly remarkable. So for those of you who don't know what a location proxy is, basically all of the points of interest in Valheim, or all of the locations, they have a game object in them called the location proxy. This serves multiple purposes. It holds the identity of the location itself in the form of an integer, but it's also the big white glowing door at the very top. So if you're ever in like a frost cave or a sunken crypt or any dungeon and you look at the entrance, it's like big white and glowing. That is technically the location proxy. So it's the thing that connects you to the thing down below it. And I believe it's not usually instant the way it is for you. Usually it shows some kind of loading screen or something. Maybe it's because you have debug mode
Yeah,
on.
well, so I think
It's
that's
so
a good
smooth when you
question.
do it. And I'm like, what? How is that happening? It's normally like...
I did actually forget to cover
you see
one
a
thing.
loading thing.
So like you were saying with the location proxy, there's a lot of components and fields and things that you can change and customize. Normally when you go into one of those things, there will be like something that flashes on the screen saying like what dungeon it is, or you've discovered at blah blah blah. And I've customized all of those as well to show Odo's Haunted. It doesn't show it because I've been in here already and discovered it, but yeah, those things can be fun too. No, that one doesn't work.
Raka calls this the Zelda house method. It's basically all the buildings in Zelda games, at least in the earlier Zelda games, like they look like standard sized, but then you go in them and they're always like 5 times bigger than they look on the outside, right?
Yeah. So it's another example of a location proxy. This, interestingly, is the only boss where it's an actual inside dungeon where you go to a different environment. The other bosses are all outside. It's not
only one
a
that's
huge
respawn.
difference, but for coding and things like that, it's an opportunity.
Yeah, these are all the little things that you, like knowing them, help you be able to make an adventure map or a Valheim experience in general that's like more kind of mind-blowing, especially when it retains its vanilla compatibility, because then players are like, what? They're constantly like surprised,
Yeah.
you know?
So there's the bright door, like you were mentioning, which you'll see in any of the dungeons. And yeah, that's really all I had to show. The server is always active. It's been on forever, and we literally have no server-side mods. But there's still so much that you can do. You can make portals for no reason.
And so just so I'm clear, you're with Valheim Capital, right? So can you elaborate a little bit
Yeah.
more about so you're working on a project that's separate from what you're showing right now, right? Or is this the project?
So yeah, the project that I'm hosting myself, that is a separate thing that is still in development and it's not quite ready. The lore is a lot. There's a lot of like typing, but then also you have to copy and paste that into different fields, and yeah, so that'll be ready for Val-Con. But the owner of Valheim Capital wasn't able to make it today and did give me his blessings to show the server. There was just recently a seasonal seed reset, so there's not a lot of builds to actually showcase. But we're a very welcoming community. I'll make sure that the links and the information will be somewhere for everyone to see.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And so for those of you who are listening, Valheim Capital participated in last year's Val-Con. They're actually, the owner was on at least one of the panels. I remember being in some discussions with him. Cool guy. It's definitely funny because he's very, very unique, right? Like what other Valheim host like wears a suit and is all like, I was half expecting him to have like a cigar and like some whiskey on the rocks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
He's very stylish. So does anyone have any questions for Odo before we move on to the next victim? I'll give you guys a little bit here. All right.
Vanilla mechanics.
So who wants to go next? It's either Corteca or Ulrich. Either of you have a preference? All right, Corteca it is. I saw you were practicing, and I saw the awesome logo on the title screen and everything. So now I'm
Hi there.
I'm ready.
I'm representing a community since 25 years ago when I had like an internet cafe. We are dedicated Valheim lovers. And that's pretty much it. We don't mod by ourselves. We just commission mods, yeah? We got some support and that's it. Actually, we own...
Before you go too much further, let me just give them some context real quick. So Forteca is a Polish-based Valheim server group, and they have more than one server. So just so you know, I don't know what he's going to talk about, but just so everyone else knows, they run Valheim servers, and they usually use mods or commission people to build mods for those like customized Valheim experiences. So I just wanted to give that context out real quick. Go on.
Yeah, so as you can see on the screen, that's the server Immersive, who started about 3 months ago. It's a very hard difficulty, and it got about 200 mods, yeah? And there are people even now playing on it. It's like about 4 people, I think. Yeah. During the night, it's more, yeah? It's just 8 o'clock in Poland, and usually there is also some group of people from the States and Canada. And we are planning to prepare the server for the group call, like a group playthrough. Yeah, we are building a mod based on totems with territories, which will be claimable also. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. This world is, like I told you, it's like 3 months maybe, but it's a very hard one. I can show you. We are preparing also some Nordic armors with our friends. I'm gonna show you some. We are trying to keep in lore, yeah, as we
Uldor.
can. Yeah, Kuldor, yeah. It's from the Moonforge, I think, something like this, yeah. And this is the waterfall. It's from Shaosum, who also made those beautiful weapons. Yeah,
I just talked to Shosum recently. He's fun. He was
yeah.
playtesting
This is
Heimdallers with
crazy.
me.
Yeah. They are crazy. One of the best I saw. And some in-lore armors, what we are preparing, yeah. And I'm planning because armors in Valheim, the best one, they are sets, yeah. So those armors, what I'm showing here, they're gonna be. You can make set from all of them. They will be very similar. You can upgrade them through all the game 7 times, and it's gonna have the same, a little bit more than the top vanilla armor. And the thing is, the variety of effects will build your build of the armor. Yeah, you are not gonna be based on sets like here. Yeah, that's our two other things, two other armors. But it's gonna be like a list of items you can wear, and it's gonna be different looks and different abilities from the armors. Yeah, we're also using something like the cosmetic slots. Yeah, you can see I can wear. Just a second. I can wear.
Oh, so you can wear like a cosmetic set on top of
Yeah,
your normal armor?
exactly. Yeah, and this is just also amazing. Yeah, this is just one of the best mod I like. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and all those armors you see, you can just pick like a shoes or a chest, because it's gonna have a better effects for your playthrough now, or for the biome. Yeah. Some of the sets are from guys from Sandfjord. We are cooperating a little bit. Yeah, some capes, berserkers, druids. Yeah, and this is like a board where people play now. Yeah, so I'm gonna. You gotta wash your hands always. Yeah, so yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, there is a lot portals. Just a second. 45. Yeah, some 45 traders. Yeah, those traders.
So what mod handles that start temple glowing and teleporting you to the portals? That looks cool.
You mean the stone, yeah, or this?
Yeah,
Portal, yeah?
so the beginning thing you start on, the start temple, like it was all glowing yellow, and then you clicked on it, and then you could see like all the different portals.
Yeah. That's this one, and this is from Rusty Portals.
Ah, Rusty.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is just like a standalone point, yeah, and see, yeah. He also implemented now he implemented the list, his own list. I'm not using like any other mods for teleports, like there's like a target portal or whatever, yeah. There's some small village with some stores, yeah. I just want to show you. Yeah, the other guy also showed this, yeah. I just love those wagons. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the
Wagons are
caravan.
nice.
That looks cool.
Yeah. So we are focusing on preparing the server for groups and clans, yeah. And yeah. Where is the starting island? We also got like a pit. We're gonna, for each biome, you can fight in the pit with animals from that biome, yeah, and it's like
Oh, that's
automated.
cool.
It's automated through quests from the marketplace mod from KG. We also use deeply territories from that mod. You can claim a territory, yeah, like those yellow ones. The orange ones, those are clan territories. So we got like 4 with pre-built bases. I'm gonna try to teleport to some of them. That's 45 village. Bam is nice. Armor and weapons. Market, yeah, maybe marketplace, yeah.
I like that way of teleporting, to be honest, because like in Valheim, the teleporting is all right when it's like you only have to go in one link, but sometimes it can be
Yeah,
kind of frustrating. You have to
yeah.
like go in like 4 portals in a row and look at the screen and like figure out which
Especially,
portal goes where, you know?
especially if you got like a lot of people on the server and or the late game, yeah. The
Yeah.
portals are everywhere. They are everywhere, yeah. And this is reducing the this amount. And also, the thing is, you need to also make the circling course useful for something, yeah.
Yeah.
Else,
Yeah,
yeah.
agreed.
So yeah, or give it like a more expensive something, yeah. Yeah, that's our market. Our coins, yeah. We're gonna have some more. Each pit, you can get different coins, and those coins can be spent for different items from that pit, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, we use also the almanac, yeah, inside of on top of that, yeah. So all the almanac skills from Rusty, they are in it. It's working. Every mod
That's
we got in
awesome.
here, every mod we got here, and it's like I'm selling. Well, I got with the also with admin pack, so it's about 200. Just yeah. And this is what I do, guys. For 3 years I just love Valheim. I'm dedicated to it, and I'm just not gonna stop. That's it. For now, for now, we are hosting 2 servers of Valheim. There will be third one. We are preparing it. But it was like kinda didn't have idea for that one. But we're gonna prepare something also. Also, we are hosting 2 other games, but it doesn't matter now. Yeah.
So Ulrich has a question. He says, "What mod is the stone path from? The texture that you're on right now?"
So, I didn't. You see, there is always something I forgot. We also, this is Valheim HD, guys. This is something you can download and use it also on our servers. Yeah, this is the pack of textures from Willy Batch. It's like 9 gigabytes, and you just put it in the proper place. I can tell you guys if you want to join the channel, no problem. That. And it's not only changing that, yeah, it's changing a lot of other stuff. Well, maybe I'm gonna check. Yeah, I think it's gonna be working.
Oh,
Just a second, guys.
yeah, it's glowing more than normal, I
Just a
think.
second. Just a second, mate. We're gonna shut down the Yggdrasil. Maybe we're gonna give Northern Lights. Yeah, there you
Ah,
go. And you got Northern Lights. Yeah.
Uh,
that's really cool.
And this is like a Milky Way or something, there is a lot of content on the server. Well, I didn't play it like for at least 3 or 4 months because I'm just so green.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the developer's
yeah,
path, right? You make an
yeah,
experience that you don't
yeah,
play.
but
That's what ends up
yeah,
happening.
but there is a lot. You can also, I don't know, there is a lot of something. Yeah, asteroids maybe. There is a guy who also make the, I think it says, yeah, that's Sunfjord. They're making like a Star Wars server or something, with Mandalorians. That's very nice, yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, quest all
Speaking
over
of
the
Star
place,
Wars
yeah.
servers,
Yeah.
our next person runs a Star Wars thing, so
Oh yeah. Maybe that's him.
yeah.
Just a second. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna go to Raven. Yeah, that's the Blood Raven. Just a second. Yeah, I trying to use any possible sink for coins, so the coins get
Yeah, that's
worth.
smart.
Yeah. Also, we run a market, so you can just go and sell things to get a little bit of it. I'm gonna go to like a base of the clan. Why? It's private. Yeah, just a second. What the fuck? Why I can't port?
Ah, so I see there's like some players are red and some players are blue. Is there?
Well, we also got Colosseum. Yeah, Colosseum is a mod also from Rusty, and this is just brilliant. You can register on a Colosseum game, like here, guys. Look, because this is brilliant. Colosseum. You register just here, register, and if someone joins, you're gonna be transported to Colosseum, and you're gonna get a fight. Yeah, and the winner gonna get a prize, maybe a token or something for a
Nice.
weapon. Yeah, and you can set the small territory with the territory mode that is gonna be PvP only there. Yeah. Or you can also use a mod from, I think it's just a second, PvP biomes. Or you can use also, PvP dominions. Here, this is crazy. Look, you can set player choose, or just PvP.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. Or you can also forbid to build a world in this biome. Yeah. So there is a lot. I'm very lucky to also the quakes. I don't know. Do you know the quakes? So there is like a little quake, yeah, which will destroy your buildings or
Oh, an
whatever.
earthquake.
Yeah. So we are playing on the immersive server. It's a game when you can lose the base and maybe not the items, but monster can just tear your base down. Yeah, the raids are serious and a lot of them. Yeah, there is no raid now because I'm like a ghost mode. Yeah, so yeah, but it's right every 15 minutes maybe. This is the hard experience. The other server, quality of life, it's also got the same mods, but it's just like a settlement server
Yeah,
to
more
to
calm.
enjoy, to explore. Yeah, to explore. Yeah, and this is just a normal base from the clan Ravens. They play here. They are like I think 5 or 7 people. So yeah, they pulled everything this through the playthrough. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
So
cool. So the area you're in was built by the players, not by you.
I place it only like few buildings like this. Yeah, like Valheim
Yeah.
here. On the other spot, I built like a dwarven village. On other spot, like a Viking village. Yeah, something like this. I like building. Yeah, okay. I just like it. Yeah.
That's cool.
We got a lot of mods with also those for boulders. Yeah, they are all like nicely set up, but like here 271,
Yeah, lots of extra
275,
pieces.
just a lot. Yeah. There will be like also some new because I didn't play it yet. Maybe I need to def commands. Yeah. Oh, and yeah.
Maybe you need to press B so it has the no placement cost.
Yeah. This fucking hammer. Yeah. Even the core wood itself, that's a great mod.
Whoa.
And this, it's a one mod from the guy, yeah, and this is a really nice mod. There is everything, guys. There is everything. Pawns, crates. In extras, you got like,
Yeah, stained
you got
glass. That's really cool.
everything, every single thing. Those doors are just amazing, yeah. So, some, just a second. Oh yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, some Fehu stuff. Our mithril, yeah, we got like our base material. It's mithril, warpstone, and meteorite. You can find it 2 meters under the ground. You would dig it like a silver, you find it like a silver, and this will let you to build like our Mittler forge with extension. Yeah,
That's
pretty much it,
awesome.
guys. Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
those were made by the modder who also made this armor. What the Fehu
Schwarzer?
armor, and yeah,
No.
no. The armor was made by Dragonade. Yeah. Oh, sorry, just sick armor, guys. This guy got a hand for armors. I'm telling you,
Yeah, that's
this is
cool.
just sick. Can use crown. I don't have a head. Yeah, I don't have a head. Yeah, there is a lot. Yeah, everything. Mm,
So
I'm gonna maybe
we'll need to
go.
move on
Yeah,
to Ulrich soon, but does anyone have
yeah.
any questions for Forteca or anyone in the chat have any questions about the world? And by the way, Forteca, they currently run servers, so this is a community that you could play
Two
with, you
servers.
could
Yeah,
join.
yeah,
They're already active. You don't need to wait until Val-Con, but they will be involved in Val-Con.
yeah. That's some kind of village I built for the upcoming movie I'm gonna prepare for Val-Con. Like, of course, not all are my builds. I use also blueprints. The blueprint mod is one of the best kind. Yeah, I think on this server is set up that you can share those blueprints through the server. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
using
just
clan
build
building.
the you just place something like this on the and you can just save it here. Yeah, like let's say I'm gonna yeah. There is some
Yeah,
arena.
so
Yeah,
for people who are
yeah,
watching, basically what he's showing is that instead of like downloading a blueprint file on the
yeah,
internet,
yeah,
you can
yeah.
actually just get the blueprint file from another
From the
player in
server.
the game
Yeah,
world. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Very cool.
This is also I like all kinds of secret passages, like doors or something. This is what I like very much. You know. Yeah, there are a few of them, only like maybe 2 or 3. Not very, not much modders are thinking about something like this. But yeah, I just love it.
That's super cool.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
then. So now we'll move on. Thank you for showing, Forteca. Good
yeah.
job. Good job.
Cheers, mate.
All right, then. How you feeling, Ulrich? You ready?
I'm fine and ready. Do you hear me?
Wonderful. Yes, I do. Let me just find you on stream.
I'm the one with the lightsaber.
Yeah, this time I'm pretty sure I'm watching the right screen. Let me just turn your volume up real quick and then.
Okay, test
Okay,
1, 2, 4.
all you.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're good to go.
All right, my name is Ulrich. I'm a passionate Valheim builder. As many of the other builders, I don't play the game anymore for 2 years, I think. And I
Well, you play, you just
used
don't play it normally.
exactly. Yeah. I play it like it's intended for me. I like very much 2 mods. Everything I built, I use these 2 mods. That's Infinity Hammer and Gizmo. Shout out to Terry. He's just the best mod maker. And yeah, as I can tell, I'm a big Star Wars fan, of course. I was born in the year the first movie came out, so it's a big nostalgia value for me. And I actually don't know why and how I started this project. I just did it. That's the way I work in Valheim. I just build. I just start and something comes out.
Sounds a
think the
bit similar
first
to
thing
Mr.
was
Holmes then.
Yep, I think that's the best way. Just go with the flow, what your brain is telling you. I think the first thing I started was the Millennium Falcon. And yeah, to explain, this whole world is 100% vanilla compatible. You don't need any mods to play in it, and I intended it to be a complete RPG experience, so no special things going on. I don't dabble with EVP and stuff like that. Maybe in the future because it's very interesting, but this is a 100% RPG experience all over the world. It's a normal playthrough, how you like to play the game, with Star Wars sprinkled all over the place. In every biome, I customized every biome to a specific theme. And as you can see here, here's the main base. It's also the
Some epic
spawn area.
buildings.
Yeah. So basically, I was looking at some pictures online from Star Wars, took that as inspiration, and then didn't look at the picture again. So I
Is this
just built.
Yavin?
That's Javin 4, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
That's the huge rebel base. It looks the building in the picture looked so impressive to me, so I wanted to build something similar to that. And I made my own thing out of it. So as you see in here. Also, yeah, I wanted to say the game. This map is intended to play vanilla, but there is one mod I would highly recommend. That's Vikings Old Republic by Azatov. He was so kind and gave me the mod before he published it to test it. You can have sabers, blasters that even shoot ammunition red and green, and awesome costumes like Stormtroopers and Darth Vader and stuff. It's really fun to play with if you want just a full RPG experience in this game. Yeah, like you see here, I also included my own designs, so I just built a Dune buggy. It's not really Star Wars-like, but let me put the light on so you see better.
So trippy. I've seen you share some of your builds and stuff into Cars Discord. Have you ever tried to? I think there's this mod that lets you drive vehicles that you build.
That's
I don't remember.
awesome.
Yeah, Shawsome made it, right? Have you tried it with
Awesome
any of
made
your
them,
stuff?
yeah. He included also already my X-Wing.
That's so cool.
It's online already, yep. But this is the Rebel fighter. That's another fighter
Y-wing.
model. Yep, with the little droid in here. And here's the X-Wing.
Good use of Grouston.
Oh man, I don't know how much Rouston I used in this world. It must be in the hundreds of thousands. It's actually insane, yeah. So here's the X-Wing, my X-Wing design. And I made, for every build that you see here in the world, I made blueprints. For the X-Wing, let's say 3 blueprints. One is opened and landed, like here. With the closed X-Wing, with the closed wings. You can also sit in here, really. Yeah, it's just fun. Here's one hangar with the X-Wings. Above is the second hangar with the... Did you call them? I forgot.
The Y-wings, I think.
It's a Rebel fighter, yeah. Doesn't matter. And on top, of course, is the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that
So this is
design.
interesting.
I'm
So we
pretty proud
actually-
of that design, I must say.
So we actually have
Turned out-
more vanilla compatible worlds than I realized. Because I thought like all of the adjusted experiences, especially the Lord of the Rings things and the Star Wars stuff, used a lot of mod packs. I didn't realize there were mostly like vanilla compatible stuff. So that's good to know. I love the interior of the
Yeah,
Falcon,
I
to be
wanted to
honest.
keep it. I wanted to keep it 100% vanilla playable because
The
most of the
hammers!
player base is vanilla, right?
Sorry, I'm laughing. The hammer lever, is that it? Oh, I love it. That's so cool.
That's clever.
Yep.
I think you won Valheim.
Here back is the engine room with the. Also from the Millennium Falcon, I made several versions. One landed, one flying. You will see them later, with the lights turned on the back here. Yeah, so basically that's the whole starter area. Down here are the boss stones.
Oh,
Is it
it
choppy?
is the start temple.
Yeah, it is the start area.
Nice.
Valkyrie flies you right in here. I tried it several times and you land here on the stairs. It's funny. Tell me, is it too choppy for you? Am I moving too quickly? Because that's my habit.
Oh, we've all been doing that, so I wouldn't worry too much
Oh
about
yeah.
it.
Okay. So here are the little speeder bikes from Endor, if you know them.
That's so cool. So basically the players will join, and then it's similar to Mr. Holmes' world in the sense that it's about like exploring and recognizing things from the Star Wars universe. Does that sound accurate?
100%. 100%. Also, as I said, I didn't use EVP, so everything is in this world, it's hand placed. So basically, everywhere you go, if each biome you touch, there is something Star Wars, like some X-wings in the air or some. So here's my little film set that I created because I forgot to mention I
That's
made
so
a little
cool.
fan movie out of the whole thing. Invited some of famous streamers, you know them, Versaw, for example, or yep, you see the other ones. So I made a little film set here. We had a lot of fun here.
I like your
Actually, the
green
first
screen.
filming session, I only showed them around for 2 hours in the world. Didn't film a second. So here you can see the awesome costumes that also Azatov made. Many different ones. That's not even all of them. Even Anakin, Rey, and Obi-Wan. And here, for example, you see my recreation of an AT-AT. I must say everything got very detailed. So I
Yeah, you did
It's
great
actually
work
insane.
with the gears and all of the specifics. Like I recognize every single one of these models from Star Wars and know exactly what they are like immediately. So great job.
yep.
This is
Thanks.
insane. Insane.
You can also go inside of it.
My
Just
God.
the fun thing with the new item stands is that you can push the levers.
That's hilarious. It's from the new change rotation or change orientation feature on the
Orientation,
Seeds
yep.
Call to Arms.
Yep. Here, for example, you see a Star Destroyer. Or the little TIE fighter.
You captured the motion quite well. Like the way the ships look like they just launched or are like flying
Yep.
around,
Everything
it
is
looks cool.
rotated, basically. Yeah. Also, of the Star Destroyer, I have a full version. It's fully packed with TIE fighters and the Emperor shuttle and everything. Also a dock. Thing. It glows in the dark. You will see later. And here are the little ATSTs. Turned out nicely as well. Man, it was so much fun building all this stuff. I mean,
I really
and here's also
I go on.
here's also a creation of mine. It's I built a trooper van, a transportation van. Not in the movies, but it's my creation.
I like how you don't just do the exterior, you also make an interior for the things, and
Always.
that's cool.
Yep.
So a lot of
For
people
the
don't do
full
that.
immersion. the engine.
Yeah, engines with moving parts. Very cool.
I think that
Oh,
van
and that
turned out pretty
gem.
nicely.
Can you go back to the cockpit? Is that the
Yeah,
gemstone cutter?
gem cutter. Yep.
Ah, that is a good technique. That's a nice little icon there, isn't
Decoration
it?
idea, yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, it's some little buttons, some little console thing or whatever.
Learn something new every day, I
Also some
swear.
TV. Oh yeah, every day.
So someone asked earlier, RB asked, how do you do the control panel sign post? I'm not sure exactly which part that was.
Control panel
The,
sign
the,
post.
the
These
screen.
little boxes on the wall, you mean? He means, or
Maybe? Uh, it looks like something that's a sign that you use a certain emoji for. So they want to know like what
yeah,
what
that's
symbol
the
you
Windows
use.
emojis. That's one of the Windows emojis. If you press Windows and what's the point key called? Yeah, you get the Windows emojis. It's one of the display. I don't know what it's called.
Ah, interesting. Yeah. So RB specified that they're asking about the signpost with the keyboards and things. I
Yeah,
assume they're emojis.
yeah, emojis. Yeah, Windows emojis. So here is Javin Base. The Javin Base. You can go to the hangars. In the first hangar, there is a big portal to every big scene that are recreated of, for example, Endor, Tatooine, Dagobah, of the
That's so
big
cool.
ice battle. Tatooine, yeah, I said. Bespin, also Coruscant. We can go to Endor, for example. So basically, I said I themed every biome. The Black Forest, for example, is Endor. Because every Star Wars fan loves, of course, Endor, right? With the Ewoks. Here I created the shield generator base that
Yeah, I
protects the
recognize the
Death
scenes
Star.
immediately. That's so cool.
I
Also, the
put
way
a
you
lot
did the
of
fire projectiles and the attack, like that looks nice. That's interesting.
that's the Turnwind sword, the Ashland sword, the special one on item stats.
I didn't recognize it. That's crazy.
The Graylings have to do with Ewoks. There's also a little there's a troll there. Don't mind. Made a little Ewok village here. Free village.
That's awesome.
Inside is the shield generator base. In the troll cave.
That's a high tech troll. Oh, I think those are the. So is that what you were talking about? The little keyboards on the panel right there that you were just behind?
Inside? Oh yeah,
Yeah, is this
those
what
ones.
you were asking about?
I think so, right?
Yeah, I think so. So that's
That
the
must be it.
which emoji did you say that was?
I don't know, let me look.
It looks useful. Well, or at least in Valheim, like there are a lot of emojis that have like different icons on them and stuff, and you can make them look like a build piece with a well placed colored sign. So I like learning what they are. If you could share it, that'd be cool.
I I don't know the specific, it's only signs, they don't have names. So do you see that on screen right now? I have my emoji
No.
window. Yeah, it doesn't show on screen, yeah. Doesn't matter.
All good. I'll ask later and then I can share it.
Yep. I can
So we'll
fly around
start.
here a bit, so here's
The destroyed one, yeah. That's super cool.
destroyed
Awesome.
ATST. Back there is the shield generator, the actual huge ass satellite dish
That portal in the middle.
that points at the Death Star. That's a destroyed version of the Death Star. There's also a full one.
It's very cool.
Here's one of those landing platforms where the Emperor shuttle lands with Darth Vader.
So we'll need to start finishing up soon. If you want to find like one or two more things to show, and then if anyone in the chat has any questions or any of the other hosts, I think we covered everybody, right? Ortega, Odo, Mr. Holmes, Dev, Emma, Sai, Ulrich. Yeah, okay, cool.
So let me think what I want to show also. Yeah, Hoff is a must. I think my depiction of the Hoff battle turned out really nice.
Yeah, I love that one. Yeah, you did a
That's one
great
of those
job. I like
ion cannons.
recognize them immediately,
So
like the
cool.
pieces and the ion cannon. Like, you know your
Yeah,
way
gave
around
it a lot
Gizmo.
of thought. Here's the little hangar where the rebels escape from when Hoff is destroyed. And on the
And
other
I thought
side,
it looked great from the outside.
so that's a snow speeder where they bring the big AT-ATs to fall with the.
Cool. That's Porky.
I love that destroyed one on the ground. That looks so cool.
I'm sorry, I'm muting myself a lot. I have a dry cough. It's really annoying. So, yeah. Also, you have to turn render limit on for this one. It's also a Star Destroyer here. Yeah, if you actually play in this world, I would say you really get a Star Wars feel, right?
Yeah, you definitely. I mean, you did a great job capturing the Star Wars vibe for sure. Definitely.
Thank you.
Sometimes people try and make things, but like you have to kind of really know the stuff well to recognize it, right? But I mean, I like Star Wars. Don't get me wrong, but I haven't like studied it extensively. But definitely can
Same.
tell.
I just looked at one picture of it. I must say I amazed myself pretty much. I'm honest. Let me show you one more
Very
thing.
cool.
Let's make it night. Looks better. But this location is way up in the sky. I think 3,000 meters or something.
Appropriate
Basically,
spaceship height.
most portals bring you into the Millennium Falcon and then into a scene. So here you see the big space battle. The Death Star, the Star Destroyers, X-Wing fighting the TIE fighters, and
That's so cool. It's definitely the vibe when you're up in the air and you can't see the ground. Like, it's very unique.
yep. And the last thing I show you is the complete Death Star. That's the biggest build. I think it's around 16K instances. I forgot. Also worth to mention for this world for players who want to play in it. As I said, it's complete vanilla, and I also optimized every build, so the FPS is better. Big shout out to Dakar for giving me the wisdom for that one. So basically, everything is indestructible, and the damage calculation is taken out of the game, so it doesn't calculate the parts. So that's the Big Death Star. Complete one.
Mid-firing.
Yep. And it's pretty much built out. So here is the Emperor landing dock. Above is the landing platforms for the TIE fighters and the little rolling droids, or the big ones.
Droideka.
Yep. All around is the landing spots, and here in the middle is the actual ion cannon beam, whatever that is. Huge engine.
Looks very cool with the wards and the wisps. Good
Yep.
utilization of the light.
Yeah, that's for me the strength of Valheim. It's the ambience, it's the light. They do that better than any other game for me from the survival games.
Very cool.
And on the top is the man. I can imagine it's very choppy for you, right?
Sometimes
about
it's a
that.
little choppy, but it's not too bad.
Oh, okay. So here's the big control room for the whole Death Star. The portals to the levels. Down there are the actual working stations.
Yeah, there's that emoji again. Very cool.
Yeah, I used it very often. Here's the Darth Vader bridge. Really.
All right then. So now we're at 2 hours, and I want to make sure the last couple live streams I've done have gone on for a long time. So this one went 30 minutes longer than I said it would, which is much better than 3 hours longer than I said it would. So thank you everybody for showing, and for those of you who are just paying attention now, this is all for Val-Con, but these servers already exist as well. Not all of them, but basically the idea with Hype Week is that it's a chance to unite the Valheim player base and make the communities closer to each other by giving people one place they can go that'll then funnel them into a whole bunch of different Valheim experiences. We felt that in the previous year with Val-Con 2025, we learned a lot. And one of the things we noticed is that while it was really good for the content creators and the people who participated, we didn't really reach the average player that much. And some people had frustrating experiences. So this year, we're trying to make it so that it's more than just us. It's more than just our world. It's more than just the Val-Con world. The Val-Con world is just one of the many ones. Cool cat. And the idea is that Val-Con itself is about bringing the Valheim community together and celebrating Valheim. So we don't just want to have some convention that's then over. Ideally, Val-Con creates a lot of indirect effects. You come to participate or you come to join a server, but you end up making some really close Valheim friends that you end up playing with regularly. That's what we want for people. We want people to be able to come to Val-Con and leave with lasting experiences, memberships in communities, these kind of things. Because that's really what Valheim is about. It's like a community building experience. And once you get to taste what Valheim is like, playing with other people who love it as much as you do, oh, if it's hard to go back to any other game, to be honest.
Yeah, agreed.
So hopefully this is
Agreed.
something that for all of us working together, we can help the average player access more of these kinds of really hyper-fixated, passionate Valheim communities. Is there anything anyone wants to say before we finish up?
This was awesome.
Thank you
fun.
for hosting us.
It was a
Yep,
pleasure.
awesome.
Thank you, Jonathan, for making the game.
Yes, yeah. And all the other people who worked and slaved
yes.
over Valheim.
And Jerry
All right,
Kusanov for
Until
the
next
Infinity Hammer.
time.
Yeah.
Farewell.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and pay attention, because in the next week, there's going to be an announcement for the Val-Con release date, or announcement date, release date. Why did I forget what the day the event is called? Release date, announce date, start date, I don't know. The day that Val-Con happens will be announced. So check out the YouTube channel, Val-Con's YouTube channel. You can find a link to that in the description below, and stay tuned for more information. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Dahi.